This ain't no joke, this ain't no game. This that CSZ game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55 was goody. Kill the vibe, how could he? Big Cardinal on a hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just no podcast. We just call it podcast. West Joey, Sam, Shawn, Dalton. And you know that boy hit you. He said he want small fries. Tell him they better make him big. Yeah, you already know what we be on.
You bet. Jordan, here he goes. This place is gone.
If we set it and set it in stone, sit in the seat, set up your phone. You in the Cardinal Sports Zone.
Straight steal of home. The slide. The Cards win.
The magic is working tonight. How do you know when things are
The emotional journey to the championship.
What is up? Coming to you live from the Rally House Studios. This is the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Wyman. What's going on, Card Nation, on this fine Friday night? Here are my co-hosts for tonight.
So I'm trying to move that to where you can see Sam's face. That microphone's in the way. There you go. He's set up, though.
Here are my co-hosts for the night. First off, it is the football beat writer and women's basketball beat writer. It's the one and only Sam Baisden.
What up? What up?
Across from him, he is the little big brother. It's Joe Wyman.
Acknowledge me.
Stop acknowledging him.
That's the wrong arm, Shawn.
I thought Romans was right.
What hand do I got up?
Okay. I'm learning here.
And
All right. Well, if you learn
Hopefully-
that fast, then all right.
I have
This
no
would be
hope.
Augie.
There's no hope. And last but not least, he puts the Virgin in Virginia. It's our guy, Shawn Barber.
How's it going?
Why did you stop saying folks? It used to be, how's it going, folks?
I don't know. I'm just
There we go. There we go. And last but not least, as I've told y'all time and time and time again, our special guest host tonight has been on. He's been on with us for pre-tape shows, live shows. He was there at the collision course with us last year. He is definitely. I mean, I'm not just saying this because he's going to be on the show tonight with us. Out of all the linebackers that I've seen since I was a kid, which spans a long time, probably my number one linebacker of all time. And that, again, it's not just because he's a friend, not just because he's going to be on the show with us. It's my guy, Preston Brown. Preston, what's good, man?
Hey, what's up? How you guys doing?
What's up, man? Looking sharp, man. How you been?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Doing good. Is that a red? The helmet behind you, is that the chrome?
Oh yeah.
That's beautiful, man.
I'm sorry. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
All right, that's beautiful, man. Appreciate you hopping on here with us. I know it's late. Wanted to get you on here to talk. I mean, you're the expert. You're the defensive expert as far as I'm concerned. So I'm looking forward to hearing your input and what you have to say. Really quick, guys, don't forget the Mossy Oak chat line is open. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or however, send us your questions on social media. Check out the graphic below to see how you can follow the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast on social media, and also how you can help support us monetarily so we can bring you more shows. Hit that thumbs up button while you're here on YouTube. Make sure you are watching on YouTube if you can. It'll help us out more. And shout out to our fine sponsors. As you can see above us, Fitness Market, Four Pegs, Collision Course Crew Tailgaters, Cherry Picking, Shoot 360, Mossy Oak Properties, and Planet Fitness, alongside with our title sponsor, Rally House. Let's get to the chat line really quick. First, Robbie says, good evening. Wes Brocky, what's good, CSZ? Dwayne says, what's good, Card family? Look, we're just going to hop right into it. First off, let's go with this. Why did my notes leave? Okay, there they are. All right. No, I don't want to leave sight. What are y'all doing to me? Shawn, stop messing with everything. Okay, it's not Shawn's fault. Preston, what you been up to, man?
Nothing much. Just chilling down here. Really just trying to get better in each way, just relaxing, trying to get my budget together and getting ready for this wedding, trying to plan that.
I know. Congratulations again. I know I've told you that before.
Thank you.
Gosh, if
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm 1,000%.
Look, I'm a little jaded twice, so you know.
Listen,
Weddings haven't worked out for me very well.
He was telling me he was trying to cut weight for his wedding. And I'm like, bro, what else you got to cut? If I would have waited till I cut that much weight to get married, I'd be like Shawn over here. I still would have never got married. Let's get all the impersonal stuff out of the way too, because can you tell everybody how you're related to Mark Henry?
Yeah, I have a cousin on my mom's side, and she married Mark Henry. I forget when, but my grandma used to watch their son Jacob, who now I believe is wrestling. He was playing football in Texas. He was pretty decent, but I think he's wrestling at Oklahoma, I think.
Yeah.
He actually just got signed by the WWE last week or 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
So
Okay,
yeah.
nice. Yeah, I've been seeing him in all these documentaries and doing interviews about, how it was back in the day with McMahon and stuff. So it's been pretty interesting seeing him.
Yeah, they have WWE has an NIL program that they like for their future stars that they want to.
Well, he signed a full contract.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was just the NIL deal.
No, he did have an NIL deal with them, but he signed his official contract with WWE last week.
Well, somebody's going to get their kicked.
Yeah,
somebody's going to get their wig split.
Absolutely. Look, Mark Henry, when he lived in Louisville, he just lived right down the road from us, and we used to run into him all the time, not only at OVW, but in the apartment complex where he lived at. Always been a favorite of mine. Really good dude, and really happy to see that his son is going to be the next second-generation wrestler to grace the squared circle.
I can listen to him talk all the time. Like his stories, the way he tells stories is awesome.
Absolutely. All right. I know that the fans didn't tune in for wrestling talk, but I wanted to get that out of the way because I love wrestling. Y'all know that.
We just finished watching wrestling.
That's why we go on at 10:05, so we can take some of us 5 minutes to get upstairs to get everything turned on and hooked up and stuff. But look, Cards tomorrow. We have a 3:30 kickoff on the ACC network. The Cards are 7.5-point favorites in Charlottesville or wherever it is they play sports at in Virginia. Virginia has committed 7 turnovers. They forced 7 turnovers. They have been sacked 8 times. They've only got 10 sacks in 5 games. I say only 10 sacks, but that's an average of 2 sacks per game. They average 29 points per game versus 19.5 given up. Calandria averages about 242 yards passing per game. He's got 8 touchdowns and 4 picks this year. Their leading rusher, Brown, averages 63 yards per game. He's got 0 touchdowns, but he's from Lexington, Kentucky, so we expect that. And their second leading rusher has almost 300 yards rushing. He's their goal line guy, Pace. He's got 2 touchdowns rushing. Their leading receiver, Fields, has 28 catches for 412 yards. And their field goal kicker, Bettridge, is 11 for 13 this season. Missed a 36 and a 47-yarder. But 47 is also his longest field goal made this year. The top 2 leading tacklers for them are safeties. And I want to go ahead and just spit out a few of the Louisville stats real quick while I have it right here. I thought I had it right here in front of me. I do. Louisville right now. Tyler Shuck's got 1,443 yards passing, 13 touchdowns and 2 picks, which is far superior to their quarterback. Leading rusher, Isaac Brown, 362 yards rushing and a touchdown. Kewan Brown, 160 yards rushing. Duke Watson, 144 yards rushing. Don Chaney, 108 yards or 103 yards rushing, and Mo Turner, 87. They've got a combined 8 touchdowns on the ground. Leading receiver, Ja'Cory Brooks, he's got 25 catches for 489 yards and 6 touchdowns. Chris Bell's got 2 touchdowns. Mark Redmond's got 2 touchdowns receiving, and Isaac Brown's got a touchdown receiving as well, and the rest of them are spread out. Brock, the kicker, is 6 for 9 from the field goal. range this year, and a couple of his. Shawn, correct me if I'm wrong, but 2 of his misses were like last end of the half desperation kicks. Correct?
At least one of them was for sure.
They're both from 50 plus.
No,
I believe one of them was like 58, right?
One was 58, but there was one that was a chip shot he missed. He did miss it was a.
How many did he miss? Did you say?
He's missed 3, and one of them was from like 20 yards.
Yeah. But the one was at halftime.
Yeah.
It was a 60-yarder.
Yeah, it was 60.
But he has made a 56-yarder this season as well. So total point, he's not missed an extra point. So leading tackler Stanquan Clark, TJ Quinn, our linebacking core is Watts, Quinn, and Clark, all 3 in the top 5 for tackles. So that's the breakdown. That's the long and short of each side. Preston, we're going to go to you first. What are your impressions so far of the Cards this year?
Yeah, I think they're just average. I don't really see anything besides the receivers that stand out to me. I don't watch it, like analyzing what coverage they're in or what they're doing. I just watch it more as a fan now. So
right,
I feel they're just okay, really all the way around. I don't think we can beat the best teams in our conference right now. And I really don't think we'll really be that great team until Clarkson or somebody who's actually been in the system really becomes quarterback. I don't really like bringing in these 30-year-olds to play quarterback and just trying it for a couple months. It doesn't really seem to fit. So I'm just not really impressed with the old guys we keep bringing in, trying that route. I want to see somebody really be there for however many years, just learn the system, go through camp with the guys, go through off-season training, be out there at the parties with the guys, really build that camaraderie, like we used to have with our quarterbacks instead of just bringing a guy in and renting these guys. I'm just not a big fan of that.
Absolutely. Again, we got Louisville Cardinal all-time great as far as I'm concerned, Preston Brown, here with us tonight. Breaking down the team, I will say this. I'm with you as far as wanting a quarterback that starts and finishes his career here because that's the ones that have been the most successful. Teddy, Lamar, Chris Redmond, LaForce, Joan, Brom. Should I say in the Brahms? Brom, Nagel. All of those were multi-year starters. And I was not as harsh on Jack Plummer last year as everybody else was. I thought he was a certified game manager, and I do think that Shuck is an upgrade. I don't think he's just a little bit better than Plummer. I think he's a lot better than Plummer. But here's what I will say: our deficiencies this year, I believe, have been defensive. We ran a pretty smooth offense. Still don't mean you can't want differently, and I'm with you on that. I definitely want a quarterback who starts. And Robbie points out this is the land of NIL that's changed everything, and that's true. But that still don't mean that we can't. Us football purists can't want something better and can't want to go out and get a guy that's here for 3 or 4 years and thrives and stuff like that. JT DeVille for the Ville says, Preston, we could use you on the field tomorrow. Absolutely, we could. Wes Brocky says, I agree. Preston was a beast on the field. Love watching him light people up. Tony says, what's up, 55 and the crew? What's up, Tony? And again, there's Robbie's comment. Let's get to the next point over here in my questions, which for some reason keep resetting. So it is what it is. You kind of touched on it a little bit, but what needs to improve with this team for it to be able to take that step from just okay, in your opinion, to, all right, we might be able to beat Clemson. We might be able to beat Miami.
Yeah, like you said, the defense is bad. We're giving up a lot of points.
I didn't say the defense was bad. I said it was the don't get me in trouble trying to get me kicked off.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it. They're bad on all levels. The guys, who made plays like Gelati and those guys really haven't been standing out as much. They're not jumping off the screen like they were last year. So I'm just a little disappointed on how they're playing. I only play, NCAA with the game, and they play a lot better when I'm playing on the game. So I got used to the names, and then when I turn on the game, I'm not seeing that same type of activity. So I don't know what the play calls are. I don't know what's going on with the defense, but I'm just not. I don't think it's any good to let SMU look like they did against us. We didn't look much different than Florida State did the week before. So I'm just really worried about the defense, and I just know if I was 25 years old playing college football, I would look like I was 25 playing college football. And like the quarterback is better, but if you're 25, I think you should look like you're 25, and it's just a big irk to me, because I know if I was 25 on that defense, it would look like I was 25 years old throwing people on their head. And I think he should look that way as a quarterback. It should never be any type of distractions, no mistakes. It should be, I'm 25. I know how to get the ball out. I know how to handle the offense. If the coach don't get to play in, I have a set play that I'm going to, because you're mature, you're old enough to be able to handle that now.
Absolutely, and that's one thing that that has been going on this week. Well, first off, let me point out, Gelati has been held and triple teamed almost every game to see. And I know what Preston's defensive minded, just like me. Well, if he's getting triple teamed, why aren't other people stepping up? I have that same mind frame, but Gelati's been limited not by his talent, but because of the other team's preparation. And Quincy's not been out there the last game and a half because of his injury. So the defense has looked quite different than we thought it would going into the season, with Quincy and Gelati anchoring the defensive side of the ball. So I want to take up for them really quick while furthering your point there. The defense has been less than stellar this year. The offense, I don't have a whole lot of complaints offensively myself. I think it's looked smooth. I think he's put the ball in places that we've not seen the quarterback be able to put the ball since.
I'm not sure anybody.
I'm going back in my head.
He's made
Lamar, Malik wouldn't have been able to, for sure.
No.
Lamar was more of a rushing quarterback but Lamar, towards the end of his collegiate career, could put the ball pinpoint.
It's just different types of throws, though. That's the thing.
Teddy's the only one that
Puma Pass couldn't. Teddy could.
Yeah.
I remember Teddy threw this 50-yard dime to Copeland at home against Cincinnati, and there was only one person. Like, he threw that where only DC could get it, and it kept our drive going. Well, just Lamar's a different.
Lamar threw one from like the other 40-yard line, was like a flick of his wrist. I think it was against North Carolina.
Yeah,
and it was a bomb. And it looked like he just like you're just throwing a 10-yard pass in the backyard.
I think that was to Jalen too.
It probably was, but it was ridiculous.
But yeah, it's been a long time since we've had a pinpoint accurate quarterback. They've mostly been pump, fake, and run for probably about the last decade, if you think about it. Again, Teddy was more of a precision passer, but everybody else has just been kind of run and gun type.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about what needed to change or what needed to improve. What needs to stay the same in order for us to get this W tomorrow?
I like the running game. I like Brown. I don't know if he's my cousin or not, but I really like the way he runs the ball down there from Homestead with Burgess. So I really like how he's running the ball. I think he should get more carries to really open up the play action game, because the quarterback, he does throw well, most of the time. So I think if you have more play action shots, number one does a great job of getting separation down the field. I use him on the game a lot. When I did the season mode, he had a whole bunch of yards. I miss Turner. I don't know what's wrong with him or wherever he's been, but I really enjoy him when he's out there. I think he's a good runner as well. So I don't know when he's coming back or not, but I think those guys will do a great job if you get the running game going. But I think this could be a good confidence game for offense and defense to really get some momentum going into these bigger games, because if you play around with Virginia, you never know what'll happen. But I feel like this would be a good game to get everybody some stats up, a couple 100-yard rushers, throw for 300 yards, and just really get the momentum going.
Absolutely. And speaking of Quincy Riley, who's been dearly missed, his mom's joining us here via text line. Mom's Kelly. What's going on, Mom's Kelly? We appreciate you joining us. She says she's just chilling in Charlottesville.
We miss Quincy.
hopefully that's a good omen. I don't want her to give us any information.
No, I'm just saying I miss him.
No, I know. I'm just saying I don't want to get her in trouble. I mean, you can hit me up privately, but we won't say anything to the public that might get you in any trouble. And shout out to Coach Bunning, who is on the
buddy,
who's watching the show
buddy
tonight. Mine and Joey's high school football coach, and the little sister Trista's in here. Let's see. Can anyone speak to the guys that have left? I don't know what. Do y'all know what he? I don't know what you mean, Robbie.
Is he talking about?
I don't.
That left the team last week.
Oh, Devin Neal. Devin Neal left. I don't know. I've tried to reach out to him a couple times. He's not hit me, but because I interviewed him for the 502 Circle earlier in the year. Me and him had sort of a like talking type. What's the word I'm looking for? Dialogue
going.
Acquaintance, whatever. And he's not written me back since he left the team. And I was expecting big things from him. And I'm upset. I know he gave up he gave up a lot of big plays at the beginning of the season, but gosh, man, I would have never, and I'm not crapping on the kid. So I'm saying this in general. I could never in my life, as competitive as I am, think, well, I'm just going to take my marbles and go home because somebody else will give me money to go play there. Again, I didn't have the opportunity to do that either, Shawn. So it is what it is. I wish him the best of luck, though.
Yeah.
Good dude. Always been nice to me and everything. Let's see.
He left and he didn't talk about, hadn't said anything, that just, I'm going to fade off into the background and move on.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, sis, Trista in the building. And Mom's Kelly's giving us a score. We didn't even ask for a score yet. 31-20 cards. I would love that. My only thing is we have a lot of trouble playing down there. We have since we've been in the ACC 10 years. We played down there 4 times. It's either been a letdown or a last-second win every time, as far as I remember.
I'll take 2-0 at this point.
Absolutely. Guys, we're going to play our little sponsor package, which is a little minute-and-a-half video clip. While we're doing that, get your questions for Preston in here. Get your predictions. We'll get to predictions here in a few minutes. Shawn's got a segment we're going to go to here shortly. We'll be right back. And thank you for joining us. This is the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. Where is it at? There it is. All right. We'll be right back. There's the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters. It's time. Located behind the El Nepal at 2745 Crittenden Drive. They're set up there all football season for the home game. Shout out to Bill, Garrett, Rhino, Craig, Kevin, Doc, and the crew. Rest in peace, Corrito, for a great time. Hit up the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters. For Peg's Beer Lounge, where every week is either Wings Day or the Ribs Day. On Wings Day, $20 all-you-can-eat jumbo smoked wings and $1.25 per wing all day long. On the Ribs Day, come get the best ribs in the Ville for just $25 all you can eat or $2 a bone all day long. Fitness Market. Contact our fine friends at Fitness Market to find out how they can furnish your dream at-home gym. From treadmills to saunas to weights, they have you covered. Planet Fitness. Shout out to Planet Fitness and Rick Cooper for helping us look sharp on the sidelines this summer. Great monthly deals for memberships as well. Check your local listings for a location near you. Cherry Picking, a hoops-themed cold-pressed juice and smoothie bar inspiring you to take what's good. Conveniently located at 828 East Main Street behind the local seltzery. Tell them CSZ sent you for 15% off your total order. Shoot 360, a premier state-of-the-art basketball training facility with highly skilled trainers. Call 515-6556 and sign up today. Great value all around. And if you go to shoot360.com, you can pre-register for a free workout. Come to Shoot 360, the world's most advanced basketball training facility. Rally House. Check out our friends at the Jefferson Mall. Lisa, Dee, Rico, Amanda, and the crew. Tell them Cardinal Sports Zone sent you. They'll make sure you get taken care of really well. Rally House. Our house. Your house. Rally House. Local stuff. Last but not least, our fine friends at Mossy Oak and Hart Properties. If you are in the market to buy or sell farms, land, recreational, or residential areas in the state of Kentucky, let Paul or one of their team of professionals at Mossy Oak and Hart Realty help you out with all your buying and selling needs. Call Paul at 270-537-4422 or email him at pthomas@mossyoakproperties.com. Mossy Oak, we know land. Now back to you guys in the studio. As I always say, I love that guy. He's got a very good voice for radio, and that's about it. Let's get to the questions real quick. Or the text line. Moms Kelly says, new coach, new quarterback, and new defense will make adjustments. I love that. Will says hi to 55 in the, well, I'm assuming he means in the crew. Robert Holt, let's go +2 in the turnover battle. Cards 28, Virginia 17. I don't hate that. We'll get to our predictions here in a second. We're about to get to our segment called the CSZ Lock segment here in a second. But really quickly, before we move on, we're going to go to Shawn's new segment that is sweeping the nation. It's called, Did Shawn Get Any Action? Shawn, take it away.
No.
All right. This has been, has Shawn got any action? Listen, we just have
such a sad story.
It is such a, that music makes it even sadder. But Shawn, one day it'll happen. We're sure of it.
No.
I did it.
No.
I did it.
No, he's got a call. Like, what was his name?
Oh
God. Oh God. Oh,
Roberto.
That's
what we're going with.
That's what we'll listen.
I'm not sure it will happen though at this point. I'm losing faith. I'm losing faith.
Oh God.
I'm sad for Shawn and for you for losing faith, Shawn.
Well, don't be sad for me because
that's very fair.
Hey, what big fella.
Calm down, big fella. And let's see. Dwayne says, I'm not even paying no attention to former basketball coaches of Louisville right now. Let's get to the locks of the game. Sam, you are the Louisville beat writer for our site for football. So give us an offense and a defensive. You know what? Give us 2 locks. It can be offense, 2 defense. It can be any aspect of the game. And the rest of us will think of ours while you say yours, so we'll have more time to prepare.
My defensive lock for this game is, I think the defensive line, well, I know the defensive line is going to show up and show out this week. I mean, the defense as a whole is going to show up because I believe Coach Brom all but called out the defensive coordinator this week. So now you're going to see the culture that he's been trying to build and that he wants to build. So I believe that the defense is going to show out, and you're going to see at least 3 sacks from the defensive line. I don't know who it is, but it's going to be at least 3 sacks. And we're going to have on the offensive side of the ball, I'm going to say we're going to have a 100-yard rusher and a 100-yard receiver. I mean, that might not be too bad.
I was going to say, that's not too far out on the limb. Joey?
I agree with Sam as far as the defensive line, but I'll take it a step further. I think Logan has 2 sacks. I think Gelati has 2 sacks. Somebody else may get some in there, but I'm going to go with that. And offensively, I'm going to say Colin Lacey is a 100-yard receiver. No, you know what? I'm gonna take it even a step further. Brooks and Lacey both. I know
he's gonna say 2.
Brooks and Lacey both get 100 yards receiving.
Okay,
I like it.
Okay,
I like it.
Quick
Shawn?
question though.
Okay, wait a minute, Sam. Go ahead.
With Lacey being back, do you think Bell is the odd man out now?
Who? Oh, Bell. Oh, yeah. I mean, somebody's got to be, right?
Yeah.
Is it him or is it Huggins Bruce?
I mean, Bell still scored a touchdown last week with Lacey.
They're both still deep threats. I mean, they get lost in the shuffle, so to speak. The cards and shuffle, get it?
Yeah, that was
and it is what it is. It's late. But I still think that they can make big plays. But I think the bulk of the receptions are going to go to Lacey and Brooks. And, you know, I say they get 100 yards. It could be 11 receptions, you know, like small receptions, you know.
Big yard, yeah.
But, yeah, that's what I'm going with.
All right, Shawn?
Defensively, I think MJ Griffin's going to have a big game. Probably, I think they're going to actually blitz him. I think he might get a sack. I think they're going to do some.
This is locks, not I think.
No, he's going to get a sack.
MJ Griffin's going to get a sack tomorrow.
I believe he's going to get a sack.
Lock it in, Shawn.
Lock that one in. And offensively, I think Isaac Brown's going to have 150 yards, but not just rushing.
Total yards.
Total yards.
Okay.
I think he's going to have 100 yards rushing, 50 yards receiving.
All right, he went out on a limb. Moms Kelly brings up an important point. Well, first off, Robert Holt says that Shawn shout out segment. Dang, man. Dang. Moms Kelly brings up an important point. Earlier this week at the Jeff Brom show, coach's show, he brought up the fact that the reason why we've kind of looked slow the last couple weeks is because they've been having troubles with the headsets. I don't know why you would say that if that weren't the truth. With that being said, they're not using the headsets. They're going to call in plays like they had been in prior years. So hopefully that settles everything up and figures everything out. She also agrees with Joey. Tramel Logan's going to eat, and the tight ends are going to show up. So
I have a question for Preston real quick.
Okay, well, can I get to mine?
Yeah, I know.
Can I get to my locks of the game, Sam?
After you've done that.
All right, well, we're going to go to Preston's first. Preston, do you have any locks of the game?
Yeah, I'm going to go with a defense or a special team touchdown, especially if Miss Kelly's son is playing. Then I'm going to say we're going to score 40 points.
That's why I didn't go with Quincy, because I don't know for sure what the status is. If he's playing, he's getting a pick six. You can just add a third one to mine. If he plays, he's getting a pick six.
Listen, Moms Kelly, if he's playing tomorrow, send me a winky face in the DMs. I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm
like off of Marvel. Like he couldn't tell him. He said he went through 10 million scenarios and only one they won. And then at the very end, he looks at Iron Man and goes,
"That's the one." All right, my locks for the game tomorrow. We're not going to have to kick a field goal because our offense is going to be it's going to be smooth. It's going to get down the field methodically, but it's going to get down there. Tyler Shuck is going to throw for 350 yards tomorrow.
Yes.
The defense, and I hate to piggyback off of everybody else. Oh, and also let me point out, I agree with Moms Kelly. I think that I'm and Joey a little bit here because I'm going to predict 200-yard receivers tomorrow, but it's Mark Redmond's going to be one of those two.
I like it. I'm okay with that.
And Colin Lacey's going to be the other. Jacory will have one or two big bombs down the field catches. He'll get close, 99 yards.
We just need him to put some stickum on them gloves.
Absolutely. Defensively, it's just hard because you watch the games and you see Ashton get held every game or double teamed or triple teamed. Here's where I'm going to send out a special call out to everybody else. The rest of the defensive line, when Ashton's being held, swim move those mofos, get around them, and get to the quarterback. Like we had a game, the second game of the year, I believe, Jacksonville State, where we had 14 tackles for losses in one game. They were holding Ashton that game. Go back to that mind frame, that style of play offensively. When we're running a set that's working, don't stop doing it. Continue to pound because we can. Shawn, I'll explain that to you later. When it's working, and when it's not, that's when you change it up. You don't change it up while it's working. That's one of the things that cost us the SMU game.
Absolutely.
I believe.
We all sat there and like, why are we going away from it?
Absolutely. Let's head into our last, let me make sure I'm hitting the right button here. Our last segment of the night, and then we'll go into question and we'll let Preston go after this segment, and then we'll go question and answer with everybody. If you have Preston Brown questions, ask him now because we don't want to keep him all night. Let's head to predictions. All right, prediction time, and let's go back into the chat. Moms Kelly said 31 to 20 cards, and she said a whole bunch of other stuff down here. She loves her quarterback. She agrees with me because I'm awesome. I'm looking at my private messages. I don't have anything. I mean, I don't know yet, but predictions, and I'm gonna go ahead and let Preston go first. He is the guest of honor, and he is taking his time out to talk to us tonight. So, Preston, what's it gonna be tomorrow?
I think we're going to blow them out 42 to 10.
42 to 10. And I'm going to let you, I want to look something up. I love that. I love that prediction. I think that's very attainable. I think it's very doable. Sam, you're the football beat writer, so I'm gonna let you get a little bit deeper on this one, prediction wise. Tell us the story. What's going to happen tomorrow?
Can I use your phrase, Shawn?
Go ahead.
I think we're gonna murk them tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Second season in the Otherville.
In Charlottesville. I'm gonna go 9-34. 34-9.
Okay, so he started off with the low number. Okay,
Yeah.
kind of threw me off.
Yeah,
My
threw
fault.
me off.
I'm gonna go Cards 34. Charlotte. Let's say Charlottesville. Virginia 9. I really do believe in like Moms Kelly said, no more headsets. But it leads me to my question that I had for Preston earlier. When you were at Louisville as the middle linebacker, they used the signs, and I know when you went to the NFL, they typically use the headsets and things like that. Which one was easier for you to pick up and read, and then translate to the other defense being a leader? What are the challenges and things that it present?
Yeah. Back in college, it was simple. We all had a wristband. So sometimes they'll just say wristband 1, 2, 3 or whatever. Or Coach Bedford or Coach Hurt, whichever one was that week, would just signal in the plays. And college, it was real simple. It was just field rock, field stealer. They were very simple plays to get to everybody. In the NFL, we had longer plays, so the headset was necessary, and then you had to huddle up and talk to everybody because when we had Rex Ryan, the play would be so long. Comcast, Squirrel, Reed Tracy, Alert Nutty, a check needle on empty, and you had to say all of that in the huddle. And then Rex is like saying everything until that 15 seconds. Look out for this, look out for that, look out for that. And it gets a little annoying having them in your head. So but I also liked it because if they said something that we didn't want to run, I would just act like I couldn't hear it and then play whatever I wanted to play.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, you could get out of it a lot easier. But if everybody's signaling field rock on the sideline, you can't say, all right, well, I'm going to run field stealer because I want to blitz. So, but if I hear Rex say that really long play, I'll just say over three, let's go, y'all, like real quick, because I don't have time for all of that stuff to come out.
Okay.
Absolutely. I love that. Really quick, before Joey and Shawn give theirs, our record against Virginia overall, we're 7-5. We're 2-4 away. So in Charlottesville, we have lost 16-15, 23-21, 27-3.
I remember that one.
That one. Yeah.
And 31-17 have been our losses there. We have beat them in Charlottesville. We beat them the last time we played them there, 34-17. And then we have beaten them one other time in Charlottesville, 2016. That was the Lamar game, correct?
Yeah, that was
the last second.
Yeah.
That was almost another loss there, but again, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, as the olds say. Hey, our guy Higgy's watching. I don't know why he's not in here with us, but he's watching the show. We appreciate you joining us. Joey, your predictions for tomorrow.
So score, I've got 41-23. I think the defense does tighten up some, does get better, especially if Quincy's out there. I don't think it's all the way where it needs to be, but I think we see improvements. Offensively, I've not had a problem with the offense all year. I mean, other than we were in I formation, we were running the ball, we were play action, we were moving the ball, very fluent. The defense couldn't adjust. I would like, for me, when we found a rhythm, I would stay in the I formation, and I would do some no huddle, wear them down, like to where, like, not only is their body getting tired, but now their mind's getting tired. They make mistakes, they leave guys open. But yeah, I think the offense is going to look pretty smooth tomorrow. I do think we get some field goals just because that's usually what happens, right? We get until our offensive line stops, making some bonehead plays, right? We'll get down to the red zone, get a holding, get a false start, something that'll push us back, drive killer, so to speak, right? And Travis will get some work, but yeah, overall, I think it's better showing, which we need heading into the next game, which is going to be a huge game.
Absolutely. We got Miami the next week. That's going to be one that we need to have a bounce back game this week. Shawn, we've been waiting. Save the best for next to last. Kinda. Give us your thoughts on what's going to happen tomorrow.
Defense is going to play much better. It's still going to give up some points. It's just I think Virginia having a running quarterback, until I see our team stop a running quarterback, I can't sit here and say they're not going to score something. Our offense, though, has been solid all year with some spectacular games mixed in here. So I think the offense is going to score 38, and I'm going to go the defense gives up 17.
So hold on. Why did they have a running quarterback? Why do you think they got a running quarterback?
Thomas Calandria, he runs.
He's run for 158 yards in 5 games. He averages 3.2 yards a rush.
Uh,
Now
Are you sure you're not thinking of Boston College's quarterback?
Now he's rushed the second most times on the team, but yeah,
They do call some design runs for him.
They're not very good ones. Then
a lot.
Call them tomorrow.
A lot.
Right? I mean, 3.2 yards a game to me ain't a running quarterback. But
I think it's more short yardage stuff like that. They kind of
obviously 3.2 yards.
So.
How many rushing touchdowns does he have?
Like 2, maybe 2.
Probably 2. It's probably 2 rushing touchdowns, but still.
So
out of 40-something carries.
Uncle Larry says 34-27 cards, of course, still a little struggle. I am going to go. Hold on, I got to play the game out in my head real quick. I'm gonna go 42-28 Louisville. I think we still have. I think we have early struggles that we tighten up in the second half. I think even possibly they may be leading at the half, and we turn it up in the second half and put them out of their misery. 42-28 cards. I had to say 42 because I already said the lock was there's no field goal. So,
right.
Which now that I'm thinking of it was a stupid thing to say. What a dumb thing to say. But you're
right.
I'm going to own up to it. No. I have faith in our offense that our offense is going to thrive.
Now that I think about it, that was dumb.
What a dumb thing to do. It is what it is. But yeah, I'm going 42-28 Louisville. 42-28. Yeah, 42-28 Louisville. I think all of our elements and woe, if everything, if it really was signal issues, if it really was tired bodies, if it really was all these things that can be corrected, then tomorrow should be the bounce back game and should get us ready to face the Hurricanes next weekend.
We'll know pretty quick. Like, that first defensive stand, if we still got people running around throwing their hands up in there like they don't know where to be, or what to do, we'll know really quick whether it was headsets or not, or it's just not knowing the playbook.
For sure. And I still think it's going to be a battle in the first half. Again, like I said, I can even maybe see them being up 21-14 at the half. But an offensive explosion and a defensive tightening in the second half, I feel like, is going to be the result there. Preston, we appreciate you, man, for hopping on here with us. Every time you do, we have a blast. Is there anything? I know that you have a foundation that you promote on Facebook. I share it every time I see it on my timeline. I admire, appreciate everything you do. You're doing out there. And happy late birthday to your sister, to Paige. I wished her a happy birthday the other day. I don't know if she saw it or not. But can you kind of tell everybody about the foundation, what it's for, and anything you want to plug? It's your world. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got the Preston Brown Foundation. We're focusing on mental health lately. Been doing a good job in the local schools in Cincinnati and the Northern Kentucky area. Just really trying to help kids find different outlets, if it's sports, if it's drawing, if it's anything, just trying to make them know that suicide and stuff like that is never their option. There's always somebody to help you get through tough times. Even as adults, we all need somebody to talk to. And that's what we're trying to be for these kids in Cincinnati and those local areas. Just trying to be that voice be that ear to listen and show up to their games, show up to their practices, just be around them to make sure that someone's there for them. Because a lot of the kids in the inner city don't have parents who can come to practice, don't have parents who come to the games. And in Cincinnati lately, they've been shooting at a lot of high school football games lately up there. So it's getting a little wild up there in Cincinnati. So we're just trying to do everything we can to be a calming voice for those kids because they're dealing with some traumatic situations lately. So that's what we're doing right now. We're trying to get down to Louisville. I was down there talking with my old teacher. I did student teaching with at Highlands High School or Highland Junior High. Talked to those kids down there. Really just listening to them and trying to see what I could do to help. I'll email you, I'll Instagram you, whatever I need. If you have a kid or son or daughter, whatever, I'm here to talk to them and here to listen. So it's just been fun meeting all these kids and trying to help.
I was going to ask when you were going to, we need a Preston Brown summer camp here in DeVille for sure.
Yeah, that's something I've been talking to Vontae about. He does a lot of good stuff down there. So hopefully we just started the one in Cincinnati again this last year. It was pretty decent at my high school. So I would love to, get something going with a lot of the guys from the Sugar Bowl team, Marcus Smith, Lorenzo, Malden. And we're all talking, hopefully at my wedding next year, we could all come to an agreement on when we could get that thing started.
That would be awesome, man. I know that the one thing this community, because it's happening, we just had a young man murdered at a high school football game because of gun violence last week. It's the world's not getting any easier to live in. It's not getting it's not getting any easier. So we need stuff like off the field distractions and motivation and encouragement to help these young kids realize that living life like it's a video game, like you can just shoot up and level up and stuff. That's not reality.
People don't respawn.
No, we don't respawn. That's a great point there. Our guy Will Flowers wants to know, how can we support your foundation, Preston? And that's what I was going to ask you before I let you go anyway.
Yeah, you can go to PrestonBrownFoundation.org. You can donate, see where your money is going, see how the kids are getting help. If they're getting notebooks, pencils, papers, art supplies, everything. We're going into different schools, seeing what they need and just providing. So every dollar helps, get back into the city and really helping.
Preston, go ahead and, if you don't mind, send me a link that I can not only share, but we here at Cardinal Sports Zone, we're going to make a donation.
Okay.
So we can help support, because we've got none but, man, you were one of the first people. Now I've been covering U of L athletics for about 12 years now, and you were one of the first people that reached out to me on the football team after seeing me grind and saying, just, you've always been a great friend to me, man. And I really appreciate that. And I've always tried to reach out to you whenever I've saw that you were going through rough times too. And man, just love you like a brother and appreciate you so much, man.
Oh, thank you. I've always been a fan of what you guys do, and I'll always try to tune in when I can. I love what you guys are doing. I love you all, and keep doing what you're doing.
Hey, Preston, when I get my Sirius XM radio show, I need you to tune in, okay?
Okay, I got you.
It's going to be fun.
Joe, you got to look this way. You can't see you that way.
Well, I don't care. I'm looking at him on the screen, and we're looking eye to eye. That's how I was taught to talk to a man, was it look him in the eyes. So.
Which, by the way, if anybody's got a hookup for Sirius XM, we've been trying to get in touch with them for about a month. Let us know.
This needs to happen.
We have to go CSZ After Dark.
Yeah.
Preston, you got to be one of the co-hosts, man.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
It's going to get real.
All right, everybody. We will get this link out on Twitter as soon as Preston, when the show's over. Preston will text me the link on how to donate, and then we'll distribute that after the show. It's been a pleasure, man. If y'all have any further questions for Preston, I'll write them down and send them to him after the show. But Preston, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you. You guys have a great one.
All right, you too, brother. Man, one of the best. One of the best. Not only one of the best people, but one of the best players, friends. I don't know how else you put it. Just a real good dude. Let me get this comment off the screen so y'all can see more of me. There you go. That wasn't facetious at all. Make sure you're supporting our photographers. Shout out to all of our fine sponsors. And while we're wrapping this up, give us your predictions for the game tomorrow. We appreciate everybody that's tuning in here, not only on Restream, but Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Awesome night. Big number, especially going up against Marcus Maben right now. Haha. Shout out to all of our fine sponsors: Fitness Market, Four Pegs, the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters, Cherry Pickin', Shoot 360, Mossy Oak, Planet Fitness, and Rally House. If you'd like to sponsor the podcast, all you got to do is go to this email address right below my finger, jswyman723@aol.com. Joe, you're close. He's closer. All right. The email that Joey's touching with his long finger there. And email me and get in touch with me, and we'll do some business. Also, tune into the show every Friday night at 10:05 and every Sunday at 1 p.m. unless we tell you otherwise. Stay tuned to our social media and subscribe to us on YouTube or Facebook to be alerted anytime we go live, even though we prefer YouTube. You can find the audio version of this show on over 125 podcast avenues in total: Apple, iTunes, Buzzsprout, Spotify, TuneIn, Google, Amazon, iHeart. Hit subscribe, like, heart, or whatever it is that Shawn. No, stop it. He didn't. Whatever it is Shawn does on the weekend, plus swipe left. I don't know any of the jargon.
No,
I know. But
you know what else didn't get any action last night? Shawn's V-necks.
he's got. I've never seen anybody have a W neck.
He got a W. He got a double V-neck. His shirts are flying south for the winter.
Shout out to our guy Dan Furman. We're about to get to him anyway. Yeah, stop picking on Shawn.
No, that's fun.
Okay, fair enough.
Shawn's gonna be my Beetlejuice
Shawn,
on the CSZ After Dark.
Shawn,
Okay.
He's gonna be my Beetlejuice.
hit the button.
Uneffing believable.
No, that's absolutely believable.
Shout out to Higgy for watching the show, but not joining us to
Yeah.
give us his prediction. We appreciate that too.
He said, Louisville.
He would have asked, why didn't you let him in when Preston Brown was here so he could have asked the question?
Well, I would have let him in if he would have been, but then Preston started talking about Cracker Jack and Pop-Tart, oatmeal, whatever the play was, and Higgy would have got distracted anyway. So
He'd been sitting there. He'd have sounded like that commercial with the that Mason loved down there, where it sounded like somebody was out of breath. All the dancing skeleton.
absolutely. What is that? A Reese's? It was a,
I don't know. I don't even know.
Not a sponsor commercial.
I didn't say it.
I know, I did. If you haven't listened to all the prior episodes of the audio version, go back and check them all out at cardinalsportszone.com. Hit the podcast drop-down menu. Check out our exclusives on cardinalsportszone.com, the place that I'll begin. Shout out to everybody who's out there sharing the podcast. We appreciate and love you guys. Shout out to our guys, Marcus Maben, and Steve Rummage, who does the Lord's work Monday through Friday from 10 to noon on ESPN 93.9 The Ville. Shout out to our guy, Dan Furman, and Mark and the crew out at the 502 Circle. They've been putting out such Floyd Street Media has been putting out such great content. Go Line with Bilal Powell, Keeping It 100 with Kaysen and Noah, The Huddle with Harry Douglas, and the new one, Beyond the Court with Alina Scott, the volleyball one. It's awesome. Also, don't forget we've released another show on the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast Network called Around the ACC with DP. Check that out. The newest episode dropped today at noon. Guys, where can they find you on social media? Joe, you go first.
At Joe Wallman 526.
Sam?
Baseboy 124.
Shawn?
At Elville Shawn.
At Elville Shawn. And really quickly, if you all will give me a second to do this, I'm going to put up on the screen. This is how you can support us with a QR code. But I'm going to put up on the screen. Preston gave me the link. And I'm going to go ahead and share that with you all.
There we go. I had to turn the right way.
You had it? Okay. Let's see. Let me put this in the... I know this is taking a while. I apologize. I just want to make sure I can provide this for you all since you asked about it.
I just want to say I love our quarterback. I love our run game.
So basically, you just want to say the opposite of everything Preston said.
Well, I didn't agree with some of his assessments, but that's okay. We're both human beings. We're both adults. We can have different opinions. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for the future with possibly Pierce Clarkson. I mean, a couple, to what he's a freshman. He's still a freshman this year, right?
Red shirt.
Right. So he's got at least 2 years with us. So that'll be nice because last year new quarterback this year. It'll be nice to have some continuity there, and somebody that's in the system for a couple years, right? So I am looking forward to that, and we'll have Isaac Brown back next year. So
absolutely, I did put the link up there. I don't think you can see it on Twitter. I think you can only see it on YouTube and Twitch. Unfortunately, we'll tweet it out after the show so people on Twitter and Facebook can both see that and help out as they want to. Look, another late Friday night, another great time. Last words, Sam. I'm gonna let you go first. You've had the longest week. You get to go first.
Go Cards. Nah, for real though. It's still Go Cards, but I know I was on here. I think it was 2 weeks ago when I said and I asked people to go ahead and pay attention to your little ones, your younger ones, your school age kids and nieces, nephews, godsons, goddaughters, things like that, cousins. I'm still asking you to do that. These kids need a positive role model, positive influences in their lives, positive interactions with adults, and the 4 to 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes that you take out of your day, maybe 10 minutes a week, if that's all you can give, is better than nothing. Because if you don't do it, someone else will, and it's no guarantee that that person who spends time or gives your student any attention is the right kind of attention. So go ahead and do your part to help make this world a better place. And let's start with our youth, because this is where we're losing them right at this age level. And then Go Cards. Beat Virginia.
We are the world. I mean, like this, the lyrics though make sense though.
Yeah.
Well, what you're saying, it just, I mean, when you were saying it, I almost thought you were singing a verse.
Shawn?
It's American season in Charlottesville. I hope we put a beating so bad on Virginia that Thomas Jefferson himself rolls over in his grave.
Why did I know he was going to?
143,494 reasons why you should live in Virginia.
Listen, you can't spell Virginia without Shawn.
Yeah. Virginia.
All right, Joey.
So I'll reserve the who else is trash for Sunday.
Well, yeah, that's the Sunday show.
Because I got to wait to see who's trash tomorrow.
Shout out to Derek Stewart who just joined us.
What up, Derek? Better late than never, buddy. Maryland's trash either way. So I think that's what we'll stick to on Friday nights. Maryland's trash. Glass LED courts are trash. It's over the top. Get over yourself. Nobody cares. And get your pets spayed or neutered. Be like Shawn. Help control the population. I say that every time. Is it funny every time?
It's funny every time.
Hey, that's great. That's going to be on the After Dark show too. But it'll be probably slightly different verbiage.
I guarantee you it starts with a G and ends with a Y.
It'll end with a Y.
Or I'm sorry, the initial. Well, anything with Shawn ends up with a Y. But
Y. Yeah. But Go Cards. Beat Virginia. Get ready for Miami. And yeah. That's all I got to say about that.
All right. I just finished. If it looks like I've been distracted, it's because I have.
I can talk about Shawn some more.
No, I think he's had enough
doing
fun.
The shirt's doing the flying V over there.
I've never seen one shirt have two peaks and valleys.
I think he's got them sewed together.
I think so as well. And I'm going to go ahead and share that post in the football and basketball groups that I'm in. Shout out to Brian Johnson, our guy, former U of L Cardinal.
Okay, different Brian.
Yeah, different Brian Johnson.
The Brian Johnson. Sorry. My bad.
Dalton says we need to get Karen Cypher on the next episode of the show. That's
for CSZ after dark.
Yep.
We'll ask the hard-hitting questions.
Oh my God.
We're really gonna pound the pavement to get some good guests on that show.
We're gonna be so gonna be canceled.
Not on Sirius, we're not. Probably get high ratings.
Well, my last words are this: we appreciate all y'all's love and support. Still, the amount of people watching as we continue is rising, and we couldn't thank you all enough. Make sure you tune into Marcus if he's still on. His show's great, and the head-to-head battle is only during the football season. Once football season's over with, or if it's a bye week, we won't go heads up with Marcus. There's no need to. But this was the only time we literally could all get together and do the show. So we appreciate it. We wanted to bring up the one thing that we asked y'all 2 years ago is what would you all do differently about the podcast? The overwhelming response was go live. Let us be able to either call in or respond. And y'all are able to respond live now. So we appreciate y'all's support. We will see you all Friday to talk about the Virginia outcome and about what's new that's going on in the world of the Cardinals. Also, what are you looking at me weird for?
You said Friday.
See y'all Sunday. Okay, well, correct.
It wasn't just me though. Like you just happened to look at me. Everybody else.
Oh no, I saw all the eyeballs through the little planks in the fence looking at. And also all of our guys that are in Charlottesville right now watching the show. Good luck to or listening to it. Good luck tomorrow. We have faith in you. Preston's words come out of motivation, not out of hatred. He loves you guys too. Shawn, I'm going to go ahead and do your job for you because apparently you can't even sit that up right. Again, we'll see y'all Sunday to talk about the Virginia outcome and about what's new that's going on in the world of the Cardinals. Hope y'all enjoy the weekend. Go Cards. Beat the Who's. This has been the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast.
Pay attention.